joining us this evening. It's good to have you around. My name is Earl, and I'm all right. And today I'll be gisting my friend. She will introduce herself, right? So we'll also introduce our various channels, and we just want to gist with you guys today. Nothing academically serious. Let me speak that English. We're just going to be flowing, and we are going to be gisting. So, my friend Uji and family, can you introduce yourself? Oh, can you can you hear me now?
Yeah, the network is really, really bad. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I can't really hear you. But let's see.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Oh, great. I usually tell people that when you're doing anything in Nigeria, always ensure that you have at least four network options. It's one of the best way to survive our
Network
weather.
is something else. Your voice too is even breaking. I don't know.
Okay, do you have another network option that you may want to switch to? Do you have another network option that you may want to switch to?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't.
Because I've switched networks now. Mm.
Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
hear me loud and clear? Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
I can hear you perfectly fine now.
Okay. Great, great, great. So let me allow you to introduce yourself and what you do.
Okay, I am Egbuchilam Mary, and I'm a baker. I'm a mother,
Okay.
and a YouTuber, in fact. So I'm so excited to be here today. You know,
Mm-hmm. So tell me,
basically that's
that's
what
that's the part of I think the parts that are very interesting to me is the mother.
network. Oh, see.
I still I still I opened my fridge today. I opened my fridge and I was like, I think I need one full cake inside this place. Like, so I was telling myself this evening when I opened, I was like, I think there need to always be a cake inside this fridge, like one
They
big
need
cake that
to.
always be there.
Without
So,
a cake in the house, you're missing. Missing. So you need a cake
like,
in the house. Yes.
I'm telling you, because my wife makes this zobo. She makes this zobo very like she's great with her zobo, and she only makes it based on order, right? So she does not make it down. You have to order before she will make it and supply. And I was like, hi, imagine I always have cake in this house. And that'd be good for maybe breakfast. So that's nice. So let's go straight into today's gist right away. Set starts from the kitchen oven. Uh,
The
first
first
things
thing
first.
talk.
First things first. What came to your mind when you heard that topic?
As in, when I heard about that topic, I was like, yes, this is the main gist. This topic is like the main thing people need to hear about. It's not something we talk about like every day of our life, but
Mm-hmm.
once in a while about it. But we really need to touch this topic and let people know
Yeah.
more about this particular topic. So we need to like make it broad for people to understand and learn.
I remember always tell people that if you have never had sex in the kitchen, you've never had
You've not
sex on top of the freezer, uh, maybe on top of the washing machine, you
you've not
you
started.
you, you don't know what you are missing. And
You're really missing.
so, but
Really.
yes, the big thing about it is that when we were talking about this before now, that was even before today, and the rest, we are talking about the fact of how a couple getting to do kitchen chores together, get to be in the kitchen together, getting to work together in the kitchen, how it is very helpful for them, how is something that can help better the romance, better the relationship, better the marriage, better the connection. And one of the things that came to my mind regarding that was, I remember as a teenager when I had a counselor, I would always go and spend my day with my counselor, and she was usually always in the kitchen. On very occasions, she will not be in the kitchen. It was like the kitchen was her parlor. She loves the kitchen, right? She loves to cook. She loves to clean. Her kitchen was always on point. And usually I would stay with her in the kitchen and just get to, that's where she would usually do her counseling for me. She will give me instructions for therapy. She will do all the amazing things, all the amazing work. She worked with me during that season of my life and that phase of my life. And I remember one time she told me, all right, always ensure that you're in the kitchen with your wife. You don't get to leave your wife in the kitchen. It is wrong for a woman to be preparing your meal, for a woman to be cooking for you, and you're in the parlor watching TV or you're reading newspaper somewhere. Always be with her and contribute. Even if you are not contributing anything, just with her. Still,
East. Important,
still
yeah.
crayfish, still boga fish,
Three minutes.
right? Still boga fish,
Yeah.
and let it start some fight and the rest. So let me ask you, how much of kitchen romance have you even enjoyed generally? And what do you have to say about all those
And
kitchen connections, gisting together in the kitchen, working together in the kitchen, and all of that?
okay, like let me give an example of my
Yep.
home. So my husband is this kind of person that really helps a lot. Once he comes to the kitchen, he's always there. Whenever
Yeah.
I'm cooking, he's always gisting. If we are not gisting, we are like even talking, communicating because
Yeah.
when you're in the kitchen with your husband, you tend to
Mhm.
communicate more. There are
True.
things you talk about, and from
Mm.
there, you get to cook together. He assists you, bring sauce for me, bring Maggie, bring that
Mm-hmm.
one, and things. So most times we'll be in the kitchen. Most times we just kiss. I won't lie to you.
Mm.
We
Mm-hmm.
just be talking from there. God don't hold me for waste, though.
My
From
own is to
there,
spank bomb bomb.
as in Mama don't spark bomb up, touch breast, touch everything. So
Mm.
all those things enhances the love in marriage
True.
because
True.
most people they think helping your wife in the kitchen is not their job. So they
Mm-hmm.
don't tend to go into the kitchen to help their wife. They don't want to associate themselves with anything that
I
has to do
don't
with
like
kitchen.
cooking, for example.
Like, like I'm an Igbo lady. A typical
Okay.
Igbo man never enter the kitchen. A typical Igbo
Yeah.
man never assist the wife in the kitchen. Their belief is that an Igbo man is meant to go out and source for money for the family, not
Mm.
being in the kitchen. But they
Mm.
don't really understand that the connection between a wife and the husband in the kitchen, there's a strong
Mm.
connection to that. There's
Yeah.
like a bond when you're in the kitchen with your wife, you tend to bond together. No, you share things.
True.
There are couples
True.
today that don't assist their wife in the kitchen. They don't know anything about their wife. They don't even know what to
Yeah.
get in the kitchen or what to do. You know,
They don't know how to cook.
because most times, you said,
I said they don't even know how to cook.
most times my husband goes to the market to shop for things in the kitchen. Like
Wow.
he assists. Not that I'm making it compulsory for him to do it. As someone that really likes you, that really loves you, that has that deep bond with you, communicates well with you, understands you very, very well, would most times help you out, get things from the market once when you're very, very busy. Yes, so men today, they would never, never do that, you know. They'll say,
Yeah.
no, once you're done with your work, you can go to your market. I don't have any business with the market, you know. But unlike me in my own household, it is not like that.
Mm.
So we tend to communicate well. We do many things in the kitchen because this kitchen alone, you see this kitchen, you know, I don't define our mother. I've
Or rather,
defined it.
you have
But
sanctified
yes,
it.
it's nice.
You have sanctified
I've
everywhere.
sanctified it. All the time. Sanctified it because we are married. So I've
Yes.
sanctified it. So kitchen love, kitchen brings couples together, kitchen,
Mm.
you know, create that bond, you know, that unity, that love,
Sure.
communication.
Sure.
So
I
that's all
think
for me.
I think for me, yes. Like what you were saying, usually I want to get to the kitchen and sit on the freezer. I don't want to sit on a stool or in a chair. I usually want to sit on the freezer, which usually may cause war at times. Like, why are you sitting on my freezer? And the like, I don't like cooking, although I know how to cook, right? I know how to make fufu, I know how to fry gari. It's not just I know how to do it, there are things I have done. And I did them for several years. I did them a lot and all of that. But naturally, I don't just enjoy cooking. I don't. My wife will usually tell people that if my husband was well boxed up, we won't even be cooking in this house. We'll be eating out every day. I usually see. I usually see it as stress, like for somebody to cook. And usually in my house, I have the responsibility of washing plates, although I've been lagging behind in doing the dishes in recent time. But more of the time, I enjoy doing that with my son so that the two of us, we can always get to, bond. And he sees his father washing plates. He knows that, oh, yes, washing plates is not just a woman's thing. Since he does not see me cooking most of the time, so you should still see me in the kitchen doing something, see me in the kitchen cleaning, see me in the kitchen mopping, and all of that. I actually don't enjoy cooking. However, sometimes, like now that we are now parents, being in the kitchen together could actually be very difficult because maybe one
See,
person needs to be parenting the children, right? One person needs to be minding the children, one person to be watching the kids while the other person is cooking. Because if the two of us are in the kitchen together, especially for those of us that have toddlers, my first son is 3 going on 4, going to 4 this year, and my second born will be 2 years on the 16th of this month. So they are not children that can be independent to a large extent. So you seem to be watching them, minding them. So it does not work for us that much. Although we try everything possible to see how we can be at home alone sometimes, because sometimes my wife is like, I miss us being in this house alone, like just the two of us, husband and wife, no children, nobody. So sometimes we send the children to the crèche. Even on Saturdays or Sundays, we get a minder. Yes. The good thing about it is that we have a crèche, right? My wife owns a crèche, and the minders get to work Saturday and Sundays too because we have living people in the crèche, right? In case there are people who need to bring their children on Saturday or people who need to bring their children on Sunday. So sometimes we contract them for our kids to be there while we are just at home. And that time that we
having
are
your
just at
fun.
home, I'm telling you, my wife is just in her panties and her bra. She's just with only pants and bra. And me,
That's the
normally I
fun of
like,
it.
like I, the natural me like nakedness. So if I'm not naked, once the kids are not around, I have the opportunity to be naked. But if I'm not naked, maybe I'm on our posters, and we are just talking, we are just cooking. We may necessarily not even be kissing or touching, but just because we have that level of naked vulnerability, it just has a way it connects us and the rest. And so I usually feel for men who don't have that, who don't take advantage of the kitchen to be able to, have those physical intimacy and physical connections in the kitchen and the rest. So before I go straight into asking you, because you are the person that is a baker, you are the person that is a mother, and between the two of us, I believe you cook more, right? Is
Yeah.
I may not agree that you cook better than me because we have not tried each other's food.
Told
All
you.
right. You said what?
I said I cook better. You don't
No,
know.
no, no. We cannot. I'm not in a
We can't
position.
tell. We can't tell though. We can't
Yes, I'm
tell.
not in a
There's
position to
some men that
accept or
cook way
deny
better
that.
than we ladies here.
Yes, my father and one of my younger brothers, my mother or my sister cannot dare to say they cook better than my father and that my younger brother. And that my father was one of our major inspiration when it comes. My father is one of my major inspiration when it comes to cooking. And one of the way he taught us to cook was to ensure that anything we cook, you know how to cook it in at least 5 different ways. So I know how to boil white rice. Oyibo people say they call it snow rice. I know how to boil white rice in at least 5 different ways.
Wow.
Right? Yes, yes, that's the style of my father. So egusi, 5 different ways. Beans,
Wow.
5 different ways. Yes, anything you are
Wow.
preparing, the rule is that you should be able to prepare it in at least 5 different ways. So I know how to cook, but I'm not in a position to accept or to deny that I cook better. You most likely will cook better since you get to do it every day more. So before we come to meet, before you take over the discussion as to what are the things men can also cook to wow their wives, right? I have never prepared anything. I do not in this life plan to serve my wife breakfast in bed. I may change, yes, I may change my mind in the future, but for today, the answer is no. I do not have any plans.
You
I do
have
not have
to.
any intentions.
You have to start.
Yes, I'll think about it. Maybe after today's after today's conversation, I'll think about it. So I'll allow you to mention some of the things that we could easily cook together as a couple, right? Apart from just leaving it to our wife. Maybe one person is beating egg and the other person is doing something else. Uh, then for men, things that we can easily cook to wow our wives, right? Not things that are complicated. Please, not things like ogbono that can now you now have to be counting. Hey, put it this time so that it will so that it will draw. That's Nigerian English now. Put it this way
And
so
so
that
that draw.
so that the draw. Please don't
So it
cover the
goes well, well.
okra. If you cover the okra, it will not draw well. Oh. So, what are those
It
simple
is.
things that we could we could cook and all of that? But before I hand over to you, let me ask you one question. When last did you have sex in the kitchen?
You know, as you said earlier on, that being a mother and like a family in a family settings, like to me
Yeah.
now, I have about 4 kids now. The
Wow.
eldest is 10, the other one is 5, the other one is 3. The last one is still a baby, it's just 8 months. So,
Wow. Yeah,
you
a
know,
nursing mother.
I'm still a nursing mother. I'm still, yes. So
Yeah.
for the past, let me see, the last time I really do have sex was in the kitchen was this December. I won't lie to you because I have to
Yeah.
like take the kids down to my parents' house this December. They asked me, please bring down the kids for the Christmas. I bundled all of them except the little baby. So whenever I want to have
Yeah.
that fun, I'll just put him in his walker, leave him with his turn on the television for him and leave some cartoons to play for him, and that's all. I do my thing. So
quietly.
whenever I'm in the kitchen,
If
like this period, that was last year, December.
yeah,
I walk naked. Anyhow, they won't see me. As God take creates me, in the kitchen, we do our thing,
my wife will
They
call it
say
Adam
anywhere
and
we want
Eve.
to come, hang there and do your thing.
Mm.
So this December was like a hot, hot one for me. It was
Oh
hot.
she,
Not
oh
standing.
she. Interestingly,
As
that's
in,
nice. No,
that woto.
no,
Anyhow,
of course, if you don't create those kind of times, if you don't create those
because
kind
that
of
was the
times
only
to be
time I
deliberate,
find that. So that was the only time I think, yes, that the kids are free. Nobody's at home.
true,
No kids to
true,
disturb us. So,
true,
and it was holiday. So I have to bundle
yeah.
them. So yeah, go to your grandparents, stay there for some time. So that's it.
And these are things people need to take advantage of. These are the reasons why we
Yeah.
have grandparents in our lives, and why we have uncles and aunties. Unfortunately,
Doing
many
this
of
for
us have
them.
migrated from home. Many of us have migrated from home, so to be able to take our children back to grandparents, like for example, now I'm talking to you now from Ibadan, and my parents are in Irua and Esan community in Edo State, right? So when you think of going to drop your kids there and start coming back
Back.
and all of that, it's good. I was like, oh man, this is why I
Yes.
like communal
Distance.
life, right? You can go and drop them. Can go and drop them at the neighbors, or sometimes you want to do and force them to sleep so that they can sleep for you. So, and while they are sleeping, while they are sleeping, you are afraid to allow your ringtone to be loud. You don't
As
want
in,
to you don't want to mourn loudly so that nobody wakes up. Nobody come and start asking you, mom, daddy, what are you doing to mommy? Or
what is
mommy,
that
why are you
sound?
sitting on
I'll hear
daddy?
some.
Right? Or they come and start banging the door. Like
No,
there was a
that
time,
one. I ain't gonna pay pass. So
I'm telling you, this December we suffered that. In fact, there was this December that back to back, three times,
why you
three
hitting the
times.
door?
It happened back
God.
to back
And
that
when you have the
before
heat
I will
period
come,
to heat, that's when come and bang the door.
before I will come like this, I mean it three times. It was the I fourth time, which is now the fourth day that they allowed me to finish. I was not finishing. Before I finish, somebody has come to the door and and start banging. But although we are not able to have it in the kitchen, New Year, we were able to have it in the staircase. All right. So, and I was like, yeah. My wife was the one that like, because I was not like, where in this house have we not actually used? We have not used the place and finish. And you want us to use that place. She now said, I think we should go to the staircase. I said, correct. So while the
So,
children while the children they were asleep, everybody have already shouted Happy New Year and the rest. We went. In fact, the way we went to the staircase was very interesting because if they had caught me, it would have been very funny. The security lights are on, and okay, we are in a story building, so we are
uh,
upstairs. The security lights are on, so
uh,
the staircase, for me to access the staircase, I must come out from the parlor first to the corridor, then from the corridor enter the staircase, and I went out like that naked. I'm like, what if somebody was
uh,
passing and the rest, and they saw me? So Allah. And I said these are some of the things that made this thing interesting. When some singles and some teenagers they are stealing sex, right? You are afraid that nobody should catch you. Like
actually, yeah.
sometimes as adults, you should also place yourself in those situations where you're also afraid that nobody should
So
catch you. Like
we get from there.
having sex in your father's house, especially in your father's parlor. My wife and I we did that once, and
Ah,
it was
that one a
it was
regular
in
thing,
the
though.
it was in the night, and my parents are around, my siblings are around. We go to the parlor to go and walk, do our thing. And inside us like, what if somebody tries to wake up and come to the parlor now, or somebody tries to wake up and the person decides to pass, and, those are some of the things that get to make this thing more interesting and sweeter. So, ma'am, uh, what are the things you suggest we can cook? Maybe as men, we can cook right now to simple things we can cook, prepare, or maybe even bake that we can use to wow wives. Because after you are done suggesting that, I'll go ahead to suggest maybe some simple styles we can have in sex styles we can have in the kitchen.
Okay. Like there are some food you can cook, like simple food that a
Okay.
man can cook in the kitchen while their wives, you know. I'm not
Mm.
going to say she go and cook soup or go and be cooking all those local delicacies.
You go
There
and
are
cook bitter
some
leaf soup and the
like
bitter leaf will not agree to,
bitter leaf, bitter
but the
leaf
bitter
soup,
leaf will refuse to go.
banga soup. No, 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 no. So there's some simple food you can cook in the kitchen to wow your wife. Like
Mhm.
if you can get bread, like sliced bread, uh,
Yeah.
uh, uh, whisk your egg, like fry egg and top it and toast it. Serve it with a
Yeah.
very chilled or hot, depending on what the
Mhm.
weather is at that time. If it's cold or
Yeah.
hot, you can serve it like with cold tea or hot tea or wine,
My
or
wife does
fruit
not take my
juice.
fried eggs.
Eh?
My wife does not take my fried eggs. Anytime I fry eggs, she does not take it. But my sons enjoy it with me. And the reason is simple, I don't put salt.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
So all
put
those
salt in
things
my
are
fried
like
eggs.
simple food you can
Hmm.
cook to wow your wife because most men
Mm.
cannot even cook that fried egg, can't even fry egg. Or thinking of toasting a bread, for their
Yeah.
wives.
Mm.
And another thing again you can cook for your wife to wow her
Mm.
fried yam and egg. Because that is the simplest food men can think of doing.
Me and fried yam,
So
we are not friends. So
fried yam,
fried yam
eh?
and I are not friends. Fried yam and I, we are not
Most
friends.
most men
It does not need to
or
leave the
boiled
kitchen.
yam.
As I'm frying it, I'm eating it. You know, you know, you remove one set, then you put another set,
Uh-huh.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
that set that I have removed, before the other set is cooked, is
Just finished.
fried,
It's finished
I don't
already.
finish this one. If at the worst of it all is that one that they call
So, or
chips. Chips not the belly for
if
me.
you that kind of man that doesn't stay close to fried things, that when you're frying, you're eating, just boil the yam,
Okay.
boil it. Because boiled
Like
yam is
fried
not
chips.
so easy for you to start eating boiled yam like
Yeah, that's
that.
true. That's true. Everything
It's
will
not
have to
so
come
easy
out
for you to
at
start eating
once.
boiled yam.
Mm.
Hmm? Yeah.
No,
So
yes,
you boil
regarding
the
boiled
yam
jam,
and
now
you make
everything comes out
your
at once. Yeah,
you fit them at once. I don't know the kind of person. But that is some of the simplest food you can make to wow your wife. So I can't start telling you to go and start making cooking rice and making sauce. Not stew sauce, like
or you can
sauce.
fry dodo.
And
Ah,
fried plantain
but
with egg. Plantain
dodo
and
can
egg. So all
embarrass
those things
you.
are simple.
Dodo can embarrass you because you just let it get brown a little bit.
But
Just
don't give your
let it
wife
brown,
burnt
brown.
free. Don't give your wife
That's
burnt
not.
dodo.
It did not just get burnt. Like, what's your problem? Like, dodo, why did you get burnt now?
Burnt dodo. I beg you. So all those things are like the simplest you can prepare for
Hmm.
wife to wow her to like, wow, you made this.
Yeah,
In her mind, she knows it's the simplest food to make, but she'll be like, wow, you made this. For some men that can't cook or can't do anything,
true,
all those things are the simplest food to do
true.
to wow your spouse, to your wife. Yeah.
I think in addition to what you have said is that it could also be very interesting if you're doing this cooking and she's there, like I said earlier on, like your wife is cooking and you are with her in the kitchen, you are just sitting down there, you are picking the crayfish, putting some in your mouth, like, right. Most people in Ibadan don't know what is called bunga fish, or rather most Yoruba people don't know what is called bunga fish, right? So if it's something like bunga fish now that you're peeling, you also be eating it and all of that. And I think it could also be very interesting for you to do the cooking while your wife is seated in the kitchen and gisting with you. But you see, most
That
women
sounds
want to correct you. They want to correct you. They want to tell you, no,
good.
why are you putting this? Don't put this now. This and that, and the
That.
rest.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
So to me, like my husband
Eh?
is that kind of person that, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, is that kind of person that can cook very well. So most times
Mm,
when he wants to wow me with all those things, and most times he
mm.
don't really wow me with chicken and with fried egg and all those things. Most times we just cook pepper soup, you know,
Oh,
because he's very
oh,
good at that. I don't need to start directing him to cook this, put maggi,
yeah,
put salt. So
mm,
most times we are together in the kitchen.
yeah.
Like the last time he cooked, yeah, that was he made our local delicacy, that's abacha. I was just there with him. He was
Wow.
cutting,
The last
he
time
was
I ate
pounding the
abacha was
pepper.
2012.
So all those things help. Like okay, that was day before yesterday. He made yam like those what's it called that they do for pregnant ladies. Those yam pepper soup. Yeah,
Okay, yam pepper
he
soup, right?
prepared yam
Yes,
pepper
yam pepper
soup.
soup. Hmm.
Yes, yes, with plenty of fish inside. So I don't need to. Most times I will just be there. Just say today I want to eat yam pepper soup. I want to prepare it for the family. Just going to the kitchen. Everything. He knows how to do all those things. So just go
Hmm.
into the kitchen and prepare. And we eat. So that's it. Most I don't really stay with him in the kitchen, but most times I do
Hmm.
just to gist with him, not just to direct him to put maggi, put salt, put oil,
Hmm.
just gisting. Yeah, bring this one for me. I'll just bring this for him. Stretch your hand, bring water for me. All those things. Stretch your hand, let me bring this towel. So I will be gisting, talking about things, We talk about business, we talk about our relationship, talk
Yeah,
about our plans, In the many
yeah,
things happen once
yeah.
the couples are together making dishes for the family or
Energetic.
for themselves.
And I
That's
want
it.
to say, to contribute further that if you're planning to, if you guys notice that right now you are about touching yourself, or you are now beginning to look at yourself one kind and the rest, and the way your spouse looks at you, and you know that something will soon happen, and the rest, and you start looking at yourself with all those special interests and the rest. Please ensure that something that has oil is not on fire, and something that has plenty
Ah,
water is also not on fire, so that
eh,
and again, not just that. Okay, let me just give me a minute. Let me stretch and get something. One, two. Okay, yeah. I decided to get my teaching aids. Yeah, mommy. Okay, so I decided to get my teaching aids. Now, the usual thing about it is that when it comes to having sex in the kitchen, the things you should be concerned about, the first thing, one of the first things you should be concerned about is the head of the penis, right? And talking about the head of the penis, I usually tell people things that you definitely don't want to have a penile fracture, right? You don't want to break your penis. Like, you don't want to do something that will injure your penis and break it, because it could actually be very embarrassing, especially when you're in a place like Nigeria that does not have 911. So you may not be able to call emergency to rush you to the hospital. And now, how do you get to the hospital? And our Nigerian nurses, with the way they'll be looking at you, that you came with a fractured penis, right? That you came with a that he came with a broken penis. So what you should do as much as possible is to ensure that whatsoever sex style you're having in the kitchen is not endangering the penis. It's not going to cause penile fracture. It could be very bad, because you may now have to need surgery to correct it, right? And for everyone that is watching right now, one of the best styles to always have in the kitchen could also be always your doggy style, right? So your doggy style, your touch your toe, which is the doggy style, right? Any style that would make the woman have to raise up her legs, unless of course your kitchen is very wide, and you're also sure that your floor is clean, so you want to have things on the floor. But then it will be things like doggy, things like your wife sitting down on the freezer, right? If you're one of those that your washing machines are in the kitchen, your wife is sitting down on the um, on the washing machine, and so you are able to enter, right? And in that, you know, the some of the reasons why I usually tell people I don't recommend pornography, and I will usually not recommend some styles, is because our body sizes are different, right? We have different body sizes, and we also have different differences in height. There are some styles my wife and I cannot
Yes.
do because of our height difference,
Mhm.
right? Those positions, my penis will not be able to enter the vagina
It's true.
because of the height difference that we have. So, in having any style in the kitchen, you must necessarily not force yourself to have a particular style if your
Mhm.
body type and your body size does not support that particular support that particular style. And of course, if we are not going to be talking about the woman's anatomy and we are talking about her body and the rest, because of how delicate her VJJ is, the vagina is, you also want to be very careful that you're not doing it in on a freezer top that is not clean, or a place that is not clean, so that something does not get to mix
So,
up,
that's
right? Yes, to prevent infection, and necessary, and also uh, in addition to that, you want to also ensure that in entering the vagina, we are not just only considering the penis not breaking. We are not only considering the penis not breaking. We are also considering the fact that you don't want to enter the vagina in a way that will bruise the vagina, or in a way that would maybe be hitting a wrong angle and be hitting wrong pain. Like someone said that anytime the wife is making a sound during sex, he usually wants to ask the wife, is it pleasure or is
it.
it pain, right? Because sometimes
Is
it
it
could be very
pain?
confusing. They'll be making a sound and you think that the sound is pleasure, not knowing that it is pain, right?
It's
And
pain.
because
Yeah.
of all the cooking that we are doing in the kitchen could be hot for those who may not have an air conditioner, or you don't have fan in the
Yeah.
kitchen. It could be hot, and this could also affect how her body is responding, affecting how well lubricated she is. And again, you want to be concerned about the style, so that you are not entering an angle that is more or less like giving her pain, like hitting it in a point that is giving her pain, and oh, as long as you are fine, you just want to continue. And again, why I'm saying that to men, women still need to understand that men also could feel pain in their penis. Like sometimes I'm inside, I'm not like, hey babe, we need to stop. Oh, I don't have to hear pa that my penis don't break. so, so I don't, I don't, I don't know yet. I don't know yet things, because it's not that I'll be shy. It's not that I'll be shy going to the police. I said going to the police station. It's not that I'll be shy going to the hospital to receive treatment for that. Of course, I've had surgery on my testes before, and I remembered when the some of the nurses and my female doctors, because my reg was a lady, my senior reg was a lady, so and regularly they will need to examine my penis and the rest, and thinking that I'll be embarrassed. No, I cannot be embarrassed, please. It's a penis, nothing more. so I would actually
Oh,
not have any issue. You said? So I actually not have any issue with going to a hospital because of my penis hurt, right? So talking about penis hurt. But then the distance to the hospital, like for example, my house to UCH is like my house to UCH is not almost, or should be more than 15 kilometers, right? Then maybe there will now also be traffic. So you are thinking of having to having to travel there. So you want to do things that are safe. And again,
say
you
yeah.
got yes, you may want to consider some nice blow jobs in the kitchen, right? It may be cool, you know. You may want to. I usually don't like people putting anything in the vagina, right? Apart from vaginal lubricants that are water based. If it's not a vaginal lubricant that is water based, I usually don't like you putting anything in the vagina, whether it's a sweetener, whether it is a lubricant, whether it is a scent, whatever it
Oh,
is,
all
whatever it
those
is. I
things.
usually, yes. But then I think having a blowjob in the kitchen could actually be very great, right? So maybe your husband is seated on the freezer or seated on something, or even seated on the chair. If there's no freezer in
Yeah,
your kitchen, maybe you have his chair or you have his stool, the one we call Joko, right? Or people will call it Ijoko, right? Seated
oh
down
yeah, those
there from, yes, you can put some bama on the penis as long as it does not enter the penis opening. So you can put some bama around the penis, you can put some ice cream around it, you can put some icing sugar around the
yeah,
penis, and get to lick it up. All right. So you can still put some of this around the boobs, right? Just decide to use icing sugar to, or bama, or what else again? What
ice cream,
other ice cream, or that is just put them around the boobs in the
whipped
kitchen.
cream.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. So, right, you put those around her boobs and everything. So as cooking is happening from time to time, you come to lick a part of it. You lick this side, you lick the other side, and these are sexual things that could actually be fine. Another thing I also enjoy doing in the kitchen is just to hug my wife. Like, right, I enter the kitchen and I see her cooking, nothing, nothing. I just like, babe, come, let me hug you. You just hug her and kind of letting her know or appreciate the fact that you're in the kitchen. Necessarily, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. Just that hug, and maybe by the time you want to leave, you just give a tap on the bum bum, or you just grab the bum bum a bit, and you just squeeze. And I think these things are fine, and I think you could also from the kitchen, especially when you are sure that you don't have anything on the fire, or maybe what you have on the fire is
It
beans
doesn't get
or
burnt.
some yes, or something that will not take a long time to get burnt, and you just carry your spouse from the kitchen maybe to the parlor to finish work in the parlor and all of that. If your kitchen has balcony, in the night you can off the security light and do something in the balcony. Trust me, my wife and I, we have done some crazy things. So just do something in the balcony to ensure that nobody ensure that nobody is seeing at the rest. And I usually tell people that it is, if nobody is seeing me, I should be in a position that I cannot record, so that even if you record, nobody will see the face of what you recorded. Wow, we have spent about 40 minutes already. So, Uji and family, is there anything you would like to say, additional things that you want to say? Oh, I lost her. Okay,
Yeah, you
thank God
said
she's back. Yes, I was saying, I was asking if there was any other thing you'd love to say. I don't want to take all of your evening because you're a married woman, you are a mother, you are a nursing mom. All right. If you have an 8 months old baby, it is presumed that
yes.
your baby is still sucking. So you are a mom, you are a nursing mom, you are a wife, you are a businesswoman. So I'll definitely know how to take all of your nights. So I'd like to ask, is there any other thing you like to say? Other things you like to say before we call it? Is it a day now? We'll call it a night. This one, boy, we go learn am one day.
Good night. So I don't have much to say, but all I just want to say is that couples should try as much as possible to
Mhm.
come together, be
Yeah,
like increase their bonds. Like
yeah,
for this, the husband should try as much as possible to help the wife in the kitchen,
yeah.
because this kitchen job is not an easy thing. Because most
True.
times we'll be in the kitchen to cook for like for 4 to 5 dishes at once. You may try to cook
True.
stew,
True.
soup, cook some
True.
other things to store in the fridge.
True. Yeah.
Once don't it's tiring. It's not really easy. So we need our husband most times to
Mm,
really help. So husbands should really help out in the kitchen.
mm.
Kitchen enhances. Let me speak English. Enhances communication, creates more
Yes.
bonds to the couples.
Mm.
Brings them together. The
Yeah.
love to keep on growing.
Yeah.
So once there is no love, man don't have anything to do with the kitchen. Don't want to assist the
Yeah.
woman in the kitchen. Wouldn't want to
Yeah.
come near the kitchen to help the woman. But
Yeah.
once there is love, everything goes well in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And your sex life too. You try and work on it
True.
because don't
True.
make your sex life boring. So there are some couples today, it's only occasionally they have sex. You're just busy
Yeah.
work, 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 or don't really create time for yourself.
Mm.
Don't really create time to have that private time. No, there's a private time for couples to
Mm.
just be together, have enough fun. Have fun.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are shy to open their bodies to their spouses or their anybody. So free everything. Not like you tie on the whole tie bra, sleep, wear tight,
Mm.
sleep. Most times go to bed naked. So couples should try and work on their sex life,
Work on that.
work on communication, like kitchen, help your wife.
Yeah.
Couples as men too should learn how to cook so that they can assist their wife when the wife maybe
Mm.
either sick or just give the
Yeah.
wife just gave birth to a child,
Yeah.
and still in the hospital. They're able to prepare some little dishes, some little
Mm.
food, and take to her in the hospital. So all those things
Yeah.
helps. So kitchen is
Yeah.
not only meant for the woman alone; it is meant for both men and
Both
woman.
people. Yeah.
So that's it.
I think you have said it all. You have said a lot already. And like I was saying earlier on to those who are watching right now, there are many sex is beyond the bedroom, right? There's no rule that say your sex must always be in the bedroom. Yes, do not
It's not.
violate the morality of your children and also the morality of those living with you if you have other people living with you apart from your children. But excuse me, if you and your spouse are the only people at home, then know that you can have sex in the parlor, you could have sex in the other rooms. Yes, there are times we just tell ourselves that today we don't have to have sex in our room, we want to have sex in the kids room, and guess what, we'll tell them to come and sleep in our room while we go and sleep in their own room. For them, they are excited that they want to sleep on daddy and mommy's bed, whereas we on the other hand, we are also excited that we want to go and sanctify their bed, right? So try everything possible to explore different places in your house, and in the kitchen you can have amazing different styles from the doggy, from the sitting on
Any
from the
anytime.
from the chair, from the sitting on the chair, the sitting on the freezer. You could do the hand job, you could do the blow job, you could do the fingering, right? Like while your wife is cooking, or maybe she's stirring something, stirring the food in the pot, or she's piecing fish inside the soup, and you hug her from behind, your hand reach
Yes,
downwards
that's,
to
all those
downwards
things
towards her
matter.
VJJ, and you get to stroke the VJJ, and the rest, and you just allow yourself be, and just allow yourself to try the different things that are your mind, to try the different things
Even
that
make
your mind
marriage
can
life.
carry. I'm telling you. And again, if you are putting anything on the penis, right? Maybe you put the whipped cream, you put the ice cream, you put bama, you put icy sugar, or you put anything you put it on the penis, maybe for the purposes of doing maybe a blow job and the rest. Please ensure you clean the penis properly
Mm.
before penetration. In the name of God, you don't want to battle with infection. So clean properly before penetration. And I was now even thinking again, how about in the kitchen you decide to use we call it ororona. You decide to use vegetable oil to give hand job. Well, I know.
Not, not. I don't think it's nice at all.
Will it be nice on the penis? Will it be nice?
Hygiene. No, it's not nice. It's not nice
Well,
at all.
well, it may not be. It may not be hygienic if it's not. What will actually make it not hygienic if the vegetable oil is safe? I
The
don't know.
person not
Well,
go use
please,
pepper
oh,
hand go rub.
for things like for things like that, please consult your doctors. Consult your consult your doctor says before you do things that will be unsafe. Thank you so much, guys, for following. Right, my name is El, and I'm all right. This is all right passion, and we also have um, UJ and family. So please,
DJ
the
and
moment
family.
yes. So the moment we are done with this live, please subscribe to her channel. She does many things around family. She does baking. So for those of you that want to know how to bake, that want to learn how to bake, for those of you who just want to enjoy general vlogging, general life, that of a woman, that of a mother, that of a husband. Why do I usually say mother first before husband? Maybe I'm sentimental towards your baby. The proper order ought to be that of husband first before baby children. But I'm sentimental towards babies. I like babies, but I don't want many.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Since you like produce more. You are capable.
no, 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 please, please, please. I am capable, but I do not have all the time. So please follow her, UJ and family, and also follow the Alright Passion because every time we always bring you content. She's always doing shorts. She gets to do regular videos, and we also get to do the same. You can follow us and be part of what we do. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for following. This is me from Ibadan saying you rock. And to you, mom. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. What's the final thing that you want to say? How do you want to tell everybody bye bye today? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's end this. Mhm.